Hi, this is the review of the CamPark X20 Ultra HD 4K with touchscreen. Touchscreen is a very useful feature. Now I have opened this box before and I have tried out this camera, but I put it all back together exactly as it was delivered. So this camera is the X20. There is an X30 on the market, which I think is pretty new out. So we're now in February 2019. And I was thinking about getting the X30, but it is a little bit more money. But more importantly, it had some slightly iffy reviews, and there were one or two really good reviews of the X20. I particularly bought this camera because I'm going on holiday soon, and I want to do some scuba diving. It's waterproof, they say, to 30 meters, and I want to dive down to about 10 meters. So hopefully it will get some fantastic video, or indeed stills, of some of the marine life. So it came boxed. There was a seal across here, which I've removed. And then we open up the box, nicely packaged. There's a little leaflet there. Surprise! You can actually rate them on Amazon or somewhere else, and you get a few goodies. The usual manual, which is okay. It's all right. It's in Chinese and English, and then the substantive items in here. So the first thing is this little plastic box here, which contains the camera, and within the little plastic housing, and this is the waterproof housing, there's another housing in the box with slats in the back, and so that lets sound in, so that's more of a dustproof sounding. It comes with the usual covers over the lenses to stop them getting scratched. You get the camera out by flipping that off. It's the same as all these little boxes. There's a nice little silicone seal around here to keep the water out, and the actual camera is this little device here. It's got a front screen which just tells you the time left to record and if it's recording, which is quite a useful little feature. And the other amazing thing about here, which I thought was a bit of a gimmick until I actually got the camera, this is the second one of these I've had, is the touch screen. It transforms the experience of using these little cameras. So if you've ever used one of these before, there's nothing special in terms of there's a little battery housing at the bottom, and with a sharp pair of nails you can just flick off the lever and the cover, and we'll do that in a minute. Really nicely is a camera stand mount screw, standard screw thread built into the body of the camera, which means that you don't need a special attachment. There's some buttons, the on-off button and mode button, the record button, a couple of buttons on the side, some little holes there for the microphone. And incidentally, the microphone on this, you know, it's not stunning. You know, it's a relatively cheap little camera. I think I paid about £70 for it, but it's perfectly adequate. And then we've got a mini HDMI, micro USB, and the USB, again, another little lovely feature. You can attach this and you can either go into mass USB mode to connect it to your computer to transfer the files, but you can also put it in webcam mode, which is great. So you can use this as a little webcam on your computer, and it seems to work really well. So that's the camera. We'll come back to that in a minute. The waterproof housing, this back plate detaches. It detaches, and you can put effectively the same sort of plate on, but it's got some slots in, and this is more of a dust cover, but it lets the sound in. And of course, this is one of the particular mounts that come with the camera, and there's a whole box full of these, which I'll show you in a minute. Within the box as well, you get two batteries. They're little plastic, so they last quite a while. I'm reckoning from what I've used already about 40 minutes of 1080p video, so it's not too bad. There's no charger with this kit, two batteries. There's no charger with this kit. You just put the batteries in the camera and use the USB charger into maybe your laptop, or maybe into a straight charger. Great feature on here is a little remote, so it's a little wireless remote, one for video, one for stills, which means you can attach this to your wrist or just hold it, and effectively it's a remote camera activation. This isn't waterproof, but it's great for land shots if you want to get some pictures of wildlife or anything like that. Let me just move the camera out of the way. And the last thing within the box that comes is another box, and of course, as you might expect, it is full of a weird and wonderful selection of mounts to attach it to anything you like. So there are various things. There are straps, there is Velcro, there is various different sorts of plastic connectors. I guess that's bicycle handlebars. There is mounts here for helmets. Here is that other back I talked to you about with the two slots in it, which lets the sound in, so it's more of a dust cover. They still give you a little micro USB to micro USB adapter. I think, you know, in these days everyone must have 1,000,001 of these, but anyway, there it is. There's a lens cloth, there's some stickies sticky pads, a wire loop there to attach it to stop it falling off things, and again more connectors. And these connectors are standard, by the way, as far as I can tell. They're standard across many range, sort of GoPro and what have you. And this sort of connection where you've got these three plastic bits here which give you 2 slots seem to be standard across everything, which is great. So let's put those to one side for a moment, and just put the battery in the camera just to show you how that works. So that just slips in very nicely, clips in. There's a little tally on the top there so that you can pull it out nice and easily. That just goes straight on, clips in, no problem at all. You do need to buy an SD card separately. I've got this happens to be a 10. It's a 32 gig SanDisk. I tend to buy those, they work, there's no trouble, except you've got to get them in the right way round. And you just put that in, and as with most of these devices, there's a little pressure spring and it just clips in. So there you have it. There is the camera unpacked, ready to go. You can either use it like this, and I have used it like this and it's super. Great video comes out of it, or you can attach it in the waterproof mount. And that really ends the end of this video, which is really the unboxing video. The next video in the series will be a little demonstration of the menus and a quick bit of use. Thank you for watching.